All right, studies are in. Male testosterone levels are decreasing generationally, meaning that you probably have less testosterone than your father did, and your father has less testosterone than your grandfather did. But your testosterone levels are also decreasing as you get older, specifically when you reach the age of 30, which is why it's important that you don't contribute to the decline. Now, as a caveat, the decline that happens at 30 isn't set in stone. Much of it can be attributed to lifestyle, diet, and some of the factors we'll cover in this piece. So, why keep your testosterone levels as high as you can naturally get them? If reducing depression, improving body composition, libido, and ambition sounds like something you want to do, each are affected by testosterone. The higher your natural testosterone levels are for you in your own paradigm, the more efficiently your body will perform. Here are the 30 worst things you can do for your testosterone levels. Number 1 is watch your cholesterol. You've probably been told your entire life that you need to make sure you don't eat much cholesterol. After all, that was the main draw in Honey Nut Cheerios for one point in time, wasn't it? But when it comes to your testosterone levels, it's essential for you to consume plenty of dietary cholesterol in the form of whole eggs, organic bacon, and grass-fed beef. As studies have shown, there is a direct correlation between the amount of cholesterol you consume and the health of your testosterone levels. Number 2, work late. Working late probably wasn't as destructive to your testosterone levels when you were in your early 20s as it is when you begin to hover around the 30-year mark. Working late and causing your sleep to suffer is one of the top reasons why testosterone levels are low in men these days. Studies have shown a direct link between the amount of time you sleep and the amount of testosterone your body produces because, well, most of your testosterone is produced while you sleep. Working late is one of the worst things you can do for your testosterone. Exercise some self-control and put a nightly limit on when you stop working. Number 3, hang out on your phone. The recent rise in technology is another reason why testosterone levels are suffering for 2 reasons in particular. 1, you lay in bed staring at your phone, elevating your cortisol levels, and as a result, you find out you have a hard time falling asleep. Number 2, you spend more time on your phone playing games than you actually do living your life. A sedentary lifestyle will kill your testosterone levels and so will a lack of sleep. Put your phone away as often as you can and live your life as a man. Your testosterone levels will thank you for it. Number 4, sweat the small stuff. If you stress about everything, you'll obliterate your T count. See, when you stress, your cortisol levels increase, which is a problem because cortisol and testosterone have a seesaw relationship. When cortisol increases, your testosterone levels decrease. One of the worst things you can do for your testosterone levels is to sweat the small stuff. So quit getting pissed off when you get stuck in a traffic jam. Don't let work get to you and spend more time appreciating what you have instead of worrying about what you don't have. Number 5, use products with estrogen. Our consumer-centric world is packed with products that contain estrogen or estrogen imitators in them. Everything from plastic bottles to cologne, your shampoo to pesticides most likely contain an endocrine disruptor that'll throw your hormones out of whack. Look for these names on ingredient labels and stay away from them if you want to protect your T count. BPA, parabens, phthalates, benzophenones, triclosan, and trilocarbon. Side note, zinc blocks aromatase, which is a precursor to estrogen, which is what most of these products increase. If you want to create optimal testosterone levels, you need the right micronutrients in your diet. You can get them and more with Man Boost, my natural estrogen blocker. Just click the link in description below for more info. 6, drink unfiltered water. One of the best things you can do for your testosterone levels, among the other 29 covered here, is drink plenty of water. However, one of the worst things you do for testosterone levels is gulp your gallon or 2 of water through the tap. Tap water is potentially filled with chemicals that can sabotage those testosterone levels that you're trying to create by staying hydrated. 7, use plastic. Speaking of how you drink water, plastic water bottles are not your savior from the tap. They contain phthalates, the ingredient that makes plastic flexible, which have been directly linked to low testosterone. One study involving BPA, another ingredient in the making of plastic water bottles, shows a direct correlation between low testosterone and contact with BPA in general. Instead, get yourself a multiple-use BPA-free water bottle. We actually have them for free on our website, MightyNutra.com. 8. Become a vegetarian. Your vegetarian buddy who the ladies love is actually ruining his testosterone levels, and you will too if you join him. You simply won't get enough amino acids, cholesterol, and dietary fat that you need for optimal testosterone levels, especially saturated fat. This study that I'll link to below showed that a vegetarian diet can decrease testosterone by almost 40%. Number 9, eat soy. Keep drinking your wife's soy milk if you want to have low testosterone levels. Men who consume a lot of soy have high amounts of equal in their bloodstream. And according to a study published in the Biology of Reproduction, equal is a strong anti-androgen that can nearly shut down the activity of DHT in your body, which is your strongest androgen. When it comes to soy, the idea of worst things you can do for your testosterone seems like a bit of an understatement. Number 10, eat polyunsaturated fats. Even though you want to get plenty of dietary fat into your daily feasting windows, polyunsaturated fats or PUFAs are not the best kind of fat you want. It's been shown to suppress testosterone levels. You'll find PUFAs in vegetable oils, sunflower seed oils, flax seeds, and soy. Number 11, restrict your calories. Real men don't worry about calories, what they say. An astounding study which compared the testosterone levels of men who ate clean between 1350 and 2415 calories versus men who ate at a standard Western diet. The results showed that the men who ate clean had 31% lower testosterone levels than the guys who ate quote unquote dirty. Eat like a man. Don't restrict your calories. Keep them at a maintenance. Of course, if you have to cut fat, you have to cut calories. But we'll deal with that later. 12. Overeat. I had to add this little caveat in here after telling you not to restrict your calories. Just because counting calories is one of the worst things you can do for your testosterone levels, of course, unless you're trying to cut fat, which is important, doesn't mean you can overeat either. If you're eating good testosterone boosting foods like I have listed in the Man Diet, I'll put a link below, it's my book about boosting testosterone levels, you won't have an urge to overeat. 13 is cutting carbs. I know that carb cutting diets are all the rage right now, but cutting carbs will kill your testosterone levels. At least 35 to 40% of your daily caloric intake should come from carbohydrates. Primarily fruits, vegetables, and potatoes are amazing. 14, drink protein shakes. You need plenty of protein in your muscles if you're going to recover from your workouts and if you're going to have optimal testosterone levels. However, you should be getting plenty of protein from whole food sources like eggs and meat. There's no need to chug 14 protein shakes a day. Double fisting protein shakes can have an adverse effect on your testosterone levels, especially if the whey comes from pasteurized cattle. Instead, stick with beef. It'll give you plenty of testosterone boosting fats as well. The caveat, New Zealand whey, they have different regulations when it comes to how they treat their cattle. It's non-pasteurized milk, it's organic, it's grass-fed beef. So if you do get protein powder, get a whey protein from New Zealand. 15, get drunk. I'm not antisocial in general, but getting drunk is one of the worst things you could do for your testosterone levels. The most freaky of the alcohol studies was conducted on male rats. Rats have similar DNA structure to humans and resulted in a 50% reduction in testicle size when 5% of the rat's diet consisted of alcohol. Don't be like the rat. Getting drunk will shrink your T levels and possibly your balls as well. 16, smoke weed. A study published in New England Journal of Medicine tested 20 men ages 18 to 28 who smoked at least 4 days a week for 6 months. The testosterone levels of these men were significantly lower than those in the control group who didn't smoke weed. And another study showed the same result. 4 healthy males were tested before and after smoking weed, and the study concluded that after puffing, the magic dragon cortisol levels rose and testosterone levels plummeted. 17, watch porn. Watching porn is one of the worst things you do for testosterone levels. When you become addicted to it, which is what will happen over time, you won't be able to get hard or have sex with your lady, which actually boosts testosterone. If you want some evidence to prove that statement, check out these 39 studies, which I'll put below, on the addictive nature of pornography and its neurological effects. Also, masturbation does nothing for your testosterone levels. The pheromone connection you have with your woman during sex does. Don't chance it, stay away from porn. 18, take a long, hot bath. Keeping your balls in warm water for a long period is a great way to lower your testosterone levels. If you've ever stood in warm water for 5 minutes, you know that your balls begin to hang lower than normal. That's because they're trying to escape the heat. Your balls, where your testosterone is primarily produced, perform best when they're cool. So leave the warm bubble bath to your lady. 19. Sit on the sidelines. Men are made to compete. According to a study published in Hormones and Behavior, men's testosterone levels increase before competition and as an added bonus after winning a competition. You won't get either of those testosterone spikes if you don't step onto the field of play, whatever that field may be, business, sports, whatever. Get after it. 20. Chew gum. Those double mint gum commercials are deceiving. Those dudes are not chewing that gum. Spearmint and peppermint have been shown to reduce testosterone levels, meaning that chewing gum with spearmint and peppermint will have the same effect. Find another way to freshen your breath. Chewing gum will cost you. 21. Have flaxseed. It seemed like the world was raving about flaxseed only a short year ago. Oh, that's right, because they were. Flaxseed contains lignans, which tend to mimic estrogen. When estrogen levels are high in men, their testosterone levels suffer, and the side effects of a big belly and man boobs are just around the corner. The bottom line is your wife can have flaxseed, but you need to stay away from it. 22. Use vegetable oil. If there's an oil you don't want to cook with, it's vegetable oil. Vegetable oils are full of PUFAs, polyunsaturated fats, which, as we discussed, are testosterone killers. One of the worst things you could do for your testosterone is to cook all of your meals in it. Sprinkle it onto a salad or dump it onto a baked potato, thinking you're boosting your testosterone levels, but you're really lowering them. As a caveat, olive oil, palm oil, and coconut oil are fine. 23 is slouch. When your dad used to tell you to walk around with your chest out, he was actually giving you some tips on how to boost your T. But if you won't listen, you put yourself at jeopardy for losing testosterone. One of the worst things you do for testosterone levels is to slouch. Plus, it sends the message that you're weak, insecure, and closed off to the world. Qualities that you don't want to describe you as a man. 24. Run marathons. Long distance running puts your muscles under stress for extended periods of time. As a result, your cortisol levels shoot through the roof. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy a nice run every once in a while. I like to go for runs myself, it clears my mind. But chronic long distance cardio can have a negative effect on your testosterone levels, which brings us to number 25, which has a similar effect, and that is overtraining. You can also consider overtraining to be under recovering. If you're sacrificing a healthy amount of sleep in order to get to the gym, you're doing it wrong. If your daily pattern is rubbing your eyes after 5 hours of sleep to get to the gym, you need to adjust your schedule so that you can get more sleep at night and allow your muscles to recover. When you overtrain, your cortisol levels rise, which crush your testosterone levels. 26 is drink a ton of caffeine, has a similar effect. Like I cover in my book, The Man Diet, which you can get a copy down below for free, drinking coffee is one of the best things you do for your testosterone levels. But drinking too much caffeine can stunt your T levels. Luckily, we have a lot of breathing room here. Cut your coffee to a few cups a day max, and you won't have to worry about anything. Actually, 2 cups of coffee before a workout will actually increase your testosterone levels. But any more than that, you're increasing your cortisol levels. 27, get dehydrated. According to studies, the more dehydrated you are, the higher your cortisol levels will be. So if you aren't constantly gobbling down water, you put yourself at risk of low T. Drink water from a filter and through a BPA-free water bottle. 28, pour on the cologne. Cologne contains phthalates, a chemical compound that is oftentimes unlisted in the ingredient label because it isn't required by the FDA, but it is dangerous for your testosterone health. Researchers have found this ingredient to be damaging to your sperm count and your testosterone levels. In other words, every time you spritz on a little cologne or use deodorant, your manliness shrivels up. 29, rush to work. Jumping out of bed and dashing off to work in a wild frenzy will cause your cortisol levels to spike and your testosterone levels to drop, which isn't a great way to start off your morning. Give yourself some time to wake up, have a cup of coffee before work. Anything comparable to morning rush will sabotage your T levels for the day. Wake up earlier, go to bed earlier. That's how I do it. And that's what allows me to ease into the day and get everything done for the entirety of the day without that 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Morning crash. 30, don't do anything. Hands down, the worst thing you do for your testosterone levels is to do nothing at all. The increasing attractiveness of desk jobs and Netflix has become to make men less active. As a result, our testosterone levels are dropping more and more from generation to generation. It's going to take some activity, but we need to climb our way out of this mess before manliness looks more like drinking frappes and at a local coffee shop than it does working hard, providing for our families and so on. Working with our hands, chasing adventure and loving hard. All right, fellas, Balls in your court. There's a lot you can do to increase your testosterone levels, a lot you can do that'll help you increase your testosterone levels. Two big allies in your quest for optimal T levels will be eating right, like I'll show you how to do in the man diet, link below, and effective supplementation can increase your T levels from 200 to 400 points, which is a lot. Check out Man Boost in the description below for the best estrogen blocking supplement on earth. Maybe the only estrogen blocking supplement on earth using natural ingredients. We use IC3, which flushes chemical estrogens out through the liver, boron, resveratrol Vesasorb, and zinc, which block aromatase, which is the conversion of testosterone to estrogen in your body. Click the link below in the description to pick up a bottle of Man Boost today. It'll be one of your biggest allies in producing optimal testosterone levels. That's it for the video. Click those links down below and I'll see you in the next video.